Look out, Tesla. Look out, conventional automakers going deeper into the performance electric vehicle space. Volvo has spun off Polestar into a standalone performance EV brand, and the first vehicle to wear the new logo will be a 600-horsepower sports coupe with 150 kilometers, 93 miles, of range before the hybrid's gas engine kicks in. The Polestar 1 will be built at a new plant under construction in Chengdu, China, which is scheduled to begin production in mid-2019. Polestar will only make 500 of the two-door, 2+2-seat Grand Tourer coupe, but if the demand is there, the automaker will build more, as it is not a limited edition and the vehicles are not numbered, said Jonathan Goodman, Polestar Chief Operating Officer. Order banks opened today for hand raisers, but pricing has not been announced. Goodman said they have not thought about the subscription cost yet. But to get some idea, he said if someone offered $100,000 plus to buy one, they would likely be accommodated. At a press event in Shanghai, Polestar's new CEO Thomas Ingenlath said 2 more vehicles are in the works. Although the Polestar 1 is a hybrid, all future models will be pure electric vehicles, a move that makes Tesla a direct competitor. The Polestar 1 GT is the halo for the brand, Ingenlath said, and the first to wear the new Polestar logo on the hood. It makes its debut with 600 HP and 738 lb-ft, 1000 Nm, of torque, and its 93-mile range beats other hybrids on the market today and far exceeds anything the Volvo brand has done to date with its line of T8 hybrids. The underpinnings for the first Polestar vehicles come from Volvo's scalable platform architecture, or SPA, and the hybrid system in the Polestar 1 uses Volvo's 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine. But 50% of the Polestar 1 is new and bespoke from Polestar's engineers, and Polestar's future role is as the technology spearhead. Its innovation will trickle down to the rest of the Volvo group. And bespoke Polestar cars does not preclude Volvos from continuing to get the Polestar tuner treatment. In fact, the likelihood is that more Volvo models can be ordered with Polestar parts from the factory in the future, Goodman said. The coupe is slightly smaller than the Volvo S90, with a shorter wheelbase and shorter rear end for sportier proportions, but there are definite Volvo styling cues both inside and out. The model bears a strong resemblance to the Volvo concept coupe that debuted in 2013. That is because it is the production model of the concept coupe, but the automaker decided it should go to Polestar instead of Volvo. In other words, don't look for a Volvo C90 or C60 in the future. The Polestar 1 has a carbon fiber body, making it stiffer and lighter. The 507 pounds saved by using carbon fiber is exactly the extra weight of the car's additional battery packs, and it is the first use of the Öhlins continuously controlled electronic suspension technology, which has an electronic valve for monitoring driver input and road conditions to react instantly. On the powertrain side, each rear wheel has an electric motor and planetary gear seat housed in an aluminum subframe. The new double electric rear axle enables torque vectoring for better cornering in this rear-drive electric performance car. The 2.0-liter gas engine powers the front wheels. There are 2 battery packs in the tunnel and a third battery pack in the rear. Altogether the car has 194 kW/Hrs of electric power. We consider it an electric car with support from an internal combustion engine, Ingenlath said. He calls the hybrid a bridge to the rest of the all-electric lineup. The Polestar 2 will be a mid-sized electric car that goes up against the Model 3. Tesla is currently struggling to ramp up production for the Model 3 and to keep it to an affordable price point. The Polestar 2 is in the engineering stage and is slated to begin production in late 2019. Although the Volvo Group has a number of hybrids, this will be its first full battery electric vehicle. It will be a higher volume vehicle than the Polestar 1. This vehicle will be on the compact modular platform underpinning the XC40 instead of SPA. The Polestar 3 is a fully electric SUV with a low roof and powerful body. The design is currently being locked in. It will slot between the Polestar 1 and Polestar 2 in volume and pricing. It will be on sale within 4 years and will be on the next generation SPA. It is expected to be a performance version of the next XC90. Motor Trend also learned that a mock-up has been done for a convertible. Inside, the Polestar 1 adopts the Volvo look with the large touchscreen and aviator air vents, but where Volvo uses wood on the dash, the Polestar uses carbon fiber and it runs the full height to the top of the dash. The back seats fold flat even though they are nestled into the body of the car, and the cords for the battery packs are on display when you open the trunk. Depending on your exterior color, the rear seats could be a different color than the front. In the show cars unveiled in Shanghai, a black Polestar 1 has all seats the same color and has the logo in chrome on the front and rear of the car. But the white show car has no chrome, the logo is white matte on the glossy white exterior, and the front seats are light while the rear seats are black. Gold seat belts match the calipers and suspension. An illuminated logo, which is a modern take on the original one that denotes the North Star, is on the ceiling of the car and can also be seen from the outside of the glass sunroof. Thor's hammer headlights telegraph that Polestar is part of the Volvo family. But instead of a traditional grille, the car has a grid since there is no need for airflow with electric vehicles, and it also makes room for sensors for semi-autonomous driving, which is an area where Volvo is already fairly advanced. Robin Page, Volvo Senior Vice President of Design, said Polestar 1 has a lot of Volvo design because they wanted to get the concept coupe into production as quickly as possible. Successive Polestars will have more differentiation, and he likes the ability to experiment more with Polestar design. We can try things with Polestar that we can't do with Volvo. The new brand also sets itself apart because all sales are online, and it has adopted a subscription model where the buyer signs up for 2 or 3 years. The buyer's monthly payment allows them to add features such as pickup and delivery, or the option to rent a bigger vehicle or add a roof box for the weekend at an incremental cost. The flat fee includes insurance, maintenance, someone will pick up the car, have it serviced, and return it freshly washed, and other concierge services such as booking a car wash or a rental of a different car for a weekend trip. Everything is ordered online. There will be spaces where customers can go for a test drive. They will be standalone, not in Volvo showrooms, but all Volvo dealerships will be able to provide service on Polestar vehicles. The first will open in early 2019 and they will grow to about 80 in key markets around the world. China has decreed that automakers have to start making electric vehicles in 2019 in a bid to address air pollution. The ruling applies to domestic automakers, as well. Polestar is a subsidiary of the Volvo car group, which is owned by China's GHIBLI. By using Volvo's SPA platform, Polestar can get new vehicles to market quicker and also enjoy the cost savings of economies of scale, with big parts purchases shared across Volvo and Polestar. Polestar dates back to Flash Engineering, a racing team in the 1990s. It was taken over by Christian Dahl in 2004 and renamed Polestar. The first Volvo performance vehicle from Polestar was a concept based on the C30 in 2010, and in 2013 the Volvo V60 and S60 Polestars went on sale. In 2015 Volvo bought Polestar from Dahl, giving it an in-house turning brand. Goodman said customers look to Volvo for vehicles that are safe and comfortable. Polestar fills the gap for those who want more of a driver's car. And while Polestar will be all electric, the introductory Polestar 1 makes sense as a hybrid to bridge the gap for those not quite ready to be fully electrified. And as a Grand Tourer, it makes sense to offer the extra range, he said. Maserati has debuted the Nurissimo Black Edition GHIBLI at the 2017 New York International Auto Show. This latest limited edition is only available in the US and Canada and features a deep black exterior color to showcase the Nerissimo extremely back Italian expression. Complementing the dark paint are 20-inch glossy black Urano wheels, black door handles, black window trim, and black grille features. Inside you will find black extended leather with red stitching, INOX sport pedals, red brake calipers, dark mirror interior trim, sport seats, and a sport steering wheel. Blind spot assist, front and rear parking sensors, and remote start is standard on any Nerissimo model, including the base model, while the Harman Kardon audio system is standard on the GHIBLI S and SQ4 versions of the Nerissimo. Each Nerissimo model will have a numbered badge signifying the particular model number out of the 450 models produced. Additionally, 2 new packages arrive for 2017, including luxury and sport. The equipment grades are loaded with features that appeal to customers with different tastes. The Maserati GHIBLI sports a standard Ferrari-built twin-turbo 3.0-liter V6 that delivers 345 HP and 369 lb-ft of torque, while the GHIBLI S and SQ4 come equipped with the same twin-turbo V6 but tuned to produce an impressive 404 HP and 406 lb-ft. Both engines come mated to an 8-speed automatic that routes power to the rear wheels or to the Q4's all-wheel drive system. Starting at $72,850 including destination, the GHIBLI is the most affordable Maserati. The SQ4 starts at $80,950 including destination. The GHIBLI Nerissimo edition starts at $78,500 and the S and SQ4 versions start at $85, $250 and $87,750, respectively. The Los Angeles Auto Show continues as Porsche has taken the wraps off the all-new 718 GTS range that caters to more enthusiastic drivers than their plainer siblings. Available in both Boxster and Cayman guise, the GTS variants are distinguished by a new front bumper and a black rear apron that resides above a center-mounted sports exhaust system. The design team also installed tinted lighting units, black GTS badges, and 20-inch wheels with a satin black finish. Interior changes are fairly limited as the cabin receives an Alcantara wrapped steering wheel and Alcantara sport seats which have GTS logos embroidered into the headrests. The model also comes standard with the Sport Chrono package, which adds a stopwatch on top of the dashboard as well as a revised Porsche communication management system which allows drivers to store and evaluate their lap times. The biggest change occurs in the engine compartment as both GTS models are powered by a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 365 PS, 269 kilowatts, and up to 430 Nm, 317 lb-ft, of torque. When equipped with the optional PDK transmission, the cars can accelerate 0 to 100 km per hour, 0 to 62 miles per hour, in 4.1 seconds before hitting a top speed of 290 km per hour, 180 miles per hour. The 718 GTS is currently available to order and US deliveries are slated to begin in March. Pricing starts at $79,800 for the Cayman GTS and $81,900 for the Boxster GTS. This month, Chevrolet showed off the long-awaited 2019 Corvette ZR1. Making 755 HP and 715 lb-ft of torque from a 6.2-liter supercharged V8, the new Ultimate Corvette can hit a top speed of 210 miles per hour, according to Chevy. At the moment, there's no official price, but considering that the C6 ZR1 came with a base price north of $100,000, expect the new one to be even pricier. Speaking of the C6, how does the new ZR1's design compare to the old one? Up front, you get a much more aggressive look this time around. The regular C6 was styled much more conservatively than the C7, so that's to be expected. But Chevrolet also showed a lot more restraint when styling the 2009 ZR1. Compared to the 2019 version's massive air intakes, sharp creases, and generally angry appearance, the previous car's design looks downright tame. Still, they both offer a power dome hood cutout. Out back, Chevrolet made an even bolder change to the ZR1. The previous version got a relatively subtle spoiler, but the new car gets a humongous wing. It's optional, so owners who don't like the look can still skip it, but the new wing makes it clear that this ZR1 is focused on packing as much on-track performance as it can into a street-legal package. In profile, the aggressive aero package and power dome stand out, but soon, you'll be able to buy the ZR1 as a convertible, a major change over the 2009 version. Inside, buyers will be treated to a much nicer interior than before. That's mostly because the C7 Corvette's interior is a lot more high-end than it was in the C6. As much as we appreciated the C6 ZR1's massive power and incredible performance, the interior was pretty much a sea of cheap plastic. Owners will also have the option of equipping their ZR1 with an automatic transmission if they'd like. Look for the new ZR1 to be on display at the Los Angeles Auto Show later this month before it goes into production partway through next year. Jaguar has embraced crossovers with the E and F Pace, but that hasn't stopped the company from introducing the XF Sportbrake in Los Angeles. Set to compete with the Mercedes E-Class estate, the XF Sportbrake is a stylish station wagon that features LED headlights and a long sloping roof. The model also has a dual exhaust system and low-profile roof rails that can hold approximately 220 pounds, 100 kilograms, of accessories such as skis and snowboards. The interior echoes the sedan, but the Sportbrake is distinguished by a larger luggage compartment that can hold 31.7 cubic feet, 897 liters, of cargo. When the split folding rear seats are lowered, the cargo capacity climbs to 69.7 cubic feet, 1,973 liters. The standard model comes with an 8-inch touchscreen display, but there's an optional InControl Touch Pro system with a 10-inch display. Other options include a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, a panoramic glass sunroof, and a 17-speaker Meridian audio system. Customers can also order interior mood lighting and an air purification system which promises to neutralize odors and remove bacteria. At launch, the wagon will be offered exclusively with a supercharged 3.0-liter V6 engine that produces 380 HP, 283 kilowatts, and 332 lb-ft, 449 Nm, of torque. It is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission and a standard all-wheel drive system. This setup allows the car to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.3 seconds. The XF Sportbrake will go on sale later this year and pricing starts at $70,450. PSA Group wants around half of the money it paid GM for Opel back, after reportedly discovering the full extent of the German company's CO2 challenges and exposure to future European fines. Citing inside sources, Reuters reports that PSA has already informed GM that it believes it's owed 600 to 800 million euros and intends to pursue a legal claim, claiming it was misled about Opel's emissions strategy. PSA paid GM 1.3 billion euros for the acquisition of Opel/Vauxhall. Earlier this month PSA said that it'll need to move Opel models onto its own, more fuel-efficient technology faster than originally planned in order to cut the German company's CO2 emissions before the new EU limits are imposed from 2020 to 21, which happen to be backed by some rather large penalties. EU has set a 2021 deadline for car makers to reduce their average CO2 emissions from 130 g/km today to 95 g/km. The task has been described as enormous for car makers, especially with diesel sales steadily declining as customers switch to petrol cars. This has sparked big investments in smaller engines and new technologies, including plug-in hybrids and all-electric powertrains. According to the new emissions rules, companies that will miss their targets will have to face fines of €95 per vehicle, per excess gram of CO2, which could add up to hundreds of millions of euros on a yearly basis. PSA believes that GM has misrepresented Opel's CO2 challenges and emissions trajectory during negotiations and due diligence prior to the acquisition deal, as hinted by PSA Group CEO Carlos Tavares. We became aware a few weeks after we finalized the closing that the company was going to the wall on CO2 emissions, he said on November 9 after presenting their significantly revised turnaround plan for Opel. We put our teams to work to completely rebuild the product and technology strategies. If you fail to comply with EU rules, the weight of fines you are hit with can threaten the company's existence. According to sources, one of the most unpleasant surprises was a CO2 compliance plan presented by GM that relied on significant sales of the Opel Ampera E, the revamped version of the electric Chevrolet Bolt, which was priced at a loss close to €10,000, $11,860 per car. Their technical solution was economically unviable and would have led to enormous losses, said one source. So the first thing you do is drop that product line, but then the fleet emissions explode. PSA has already suspended Norwegian sales of the Opel Ampera E, where it sold most of its 1,500 deliveries to date, and has increased its European pricing by €5,700, $6,760. In the end, Opel's real situation appears to be even worse than described prior of the sale, according to PSA sources who said that the company is on course to miss its CO2 targets by more than 10 gr/km. Such a big difference from the EU's targets could incur fines approaching €1 billion, $1.2 billion. That's why PSA is now rushing out plug-in hybrid or electric versions of the Grandland X, Crossland X, and the next Corsa Supermini that were not part of the French company's original plan.